Hey there, Jagadees. Andrew here once again. I'm going to be ruthless this time, and I'm going to jump straight in and start correcting your work really loudly. So travelling has become an essential part of the individual's life. The reasons can be many, such as business, leisure, visiting family and friends. This is great. Travelling has been made easy with different types of transportation, such as buses, cars, trains and aeroplanes, depending on distance and comfort. Yes, okay, so this is really well written, but it's too much for an introduction. This is all background information, and background information is unnecessary. You won't necessarily lose points for background information, but you certainly won't gain any. What we need to do in this introduction is just essentially paraphrase this. In the modern age, an increasing number of people travel both domestically and internationally. It is known to have many benefits, but there are also a considerable number of drawbacks. In this essay, I will discuss both the advantages and disadvantages of travelling. Also, the essay does not ask for your opinion. It just asks what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages. So we should give that brief paraphrased intro, discuss positives of travelling, negatives of travelling, and then summarise them here. But we should refrain from giving our opinion in this essay because the question does not specifically ask for it. So your writing ability is great, but let me just demonstrate what I mean. So I know this might seem very simple to you, but simple is often better. Nowadays, an increasing number of people choose to travel both domestically and internationally. And this presents both positive and negative consequences, such as, actually, I will discuss further how travelling, improves interpersonal skills, while also resulting in increased pollution. So now we've got a paraphrase of the question as well as an outline of the ideas. So remember, this one did not ask for our opinion. Keep it simple, keep it on point, keep it relevant. Let's keep this out of the way for now. So here, the main core of this paragraph, the idea that you're trying to get into this paragraph, is regarding personal interaction. It's regarding the confidence. One sec. Yeah, the confidence, interpersonal skills, but if that's the topic of your paragraph, then really it should be covered in the topic sentence. The first sentence of a paragraph is the general introduction to the whole paragraph. So we could say that something like primarily, travelling requires meeting a variety of people which strengthens interpersonal skills. And then we could, in a more specifically sentence, we could say, although modern technology has made it easy to speak to people in a variety of locations, personal interaction remains invaluable. Travelling helps individuals. There's no plural necessary there. This is just for possessive plural. So travelling could help individuals to become more confident in personal interactions and to present themselves in a better way. And then, this provides advantages for businesses, as employees with more confidence can make better sales and in turn grow the business. Again, so as well, on the basis that one paragraph contains one core idea, we should not stick extra ideas on the end. So what's good to use in these advantages and disadvantages of travelling? We can start the paragraph by saying, travelling has numerous advantages, but first and foremost, and then we can discuss the one we want. So remember as well that a paragraph speaks of an idea, and that idea must be introduced, expanded upon, supported with evidence, an example, and then explained. Because these paragraphs are about positives and negatives, we could then add on the end furthermore or moreover, and then a related but further benefit, or con, whichever it is we're dealing with. So, then we could say, however, an increased number of travellers means an increased number of travellers means more emissions, which could result in further pollution of the environment. The consequences of pollution are illnesses such as stress, high blood pressure, and sleep disorders. I'm not sure how pollution causes stress. High blood pressure and maybe even sleep disorders, yes. But I don't think pollution causes stress. So we could then say, the effects of pollution are increases to diseases and illnesses such as high blood pressure, lung conditions, and even sleep disorders. And then we need to support that with an example. So we could say something like, in Beijing, for instance, the government, or rather, since the smog has covered Beijing, for instance, the government has faced large expense in supporting the health system in tackling this crisis. Further, more funds must be spent on medical research to cure the increasing number of diseases. And once again, don't give your opinion because the question did not ask for it. So I would say, to conclude, although there are considerable advantages to travelling, well, let's say considerable personal advantages, because the advantages of travelling really are to the individual, aren't they? It's a selfish act. It's something that serves the person only. In my opinion, although there are many personal advantages to travelling, people or individuals intending to travel should decide if it is really necessary on account of the consequences for pollution and health. So I'm just trying to remain consistent. So I'd just like to reiterate, for a start, that your writing is very, very good in terms of lexical resource. So we have task and achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Here, Well, let's start down here. Here, you're a 7 or an 8. Ooh. Here, you're a 7 or an 8. Here, you are a 7, but only because your paragraphs lack examples. And so they can't be, and also you need to mention each idea in both the intro and the conclusion that you cover here. One idea, introduced here, summarized here. That's what it means to have a logical progression and a consistent view throughout. But here, I would say you're a 6, but that's primarily because you gave your opinion when it wasn't asked. You didn't support your paragraphs with examples. So this is not in the academic format. So let's say this happened. Overall, you would end up with a 6.5 because you didn't meet all the 7s. Obviously, if that was an 8, you would get a 7. But let's make sure that we look after T&A and that we respond fully to the question and only the question that was asked. Don't give your opinion if it's not asked for, and make sure that we support all of our paragraphs with examples. But so, writing a letter to a friend, so we can be pleasant and informal and conversational. So, hello Andy, hope you're doing good. I've been planning to write this letter for a few weeks. And don't start sentences with conjunctions. Do it after a comma. But unfortunately I was busy starting my new job and moving to a new place. I joined an automotive tier 1 supplier company based in Melbourne in the middle of last month. I am really excited. We are excited about things. I'm excited about the new role, as I will be responsible. I'm not sure that word's correct. Let's just say I will be working as a technical specialist, more focused on developing new strategies for future technologies. My previous job in Sydney was in an original equipment manufacturer. Cool. The job was good, and I would say couldn't complain about it. I couldn't complain. Oop. Oh my god. Because we're talking about the past. How are you today? Well, I can't complain. How was yesterday? Well, I couldn't complain. Again, if you want to start a sentence with this, just use however. However, my roles were limited, even being a part of research and development, the research and development department. My duties would be discussed with the supplier on the delivery schedules, and even though it was a technical management role, sometimes I felt my role was more about managing the supplier rather than me working on the actual technology. I have moved to Melbourne and sorted out a house, and I'm almost settled. Maybe in the coming week, if it's a suggestion, it's this way around. Maybe in the coming week you could plan a visit to Melbourne over the weekend. We could say, I don't think it would be far for you to come. Expecting a reply from you soon and hoping to meet up in the coming weeks. Bye and take care. Bye and take care, and please convey my wishes my best wishes to your family. Because if I'm just conveying your wishes, it's like, okay, so Jagadees says hello, and they wish for to be a millionaire, to have a boat, and to be a prince. But your best wishes is like saying hello and saying I love you. But your wishes are just the things you want. Your desires. So I'm going to leave that there. Once again, you write very well. You have a very strong grammatical construction. You have a very wide vocabulary. But particularly in this one, just ensure that you respond fully to the question that was asked. So I'll leave this now. I'll send it over to you. Look forward to your next pieces. Have a great day. Speak soon.